Your call, man.
We are live.
Watching the first couple drives of the game, I thought we're going to stomp these fools.
I did. I thought I was going. I thought I was going to get out of hand. I made that comment.
What he's saying he's barista. Bro.
No, I'm just going to say he's my barista.
Barista.
But if I only get fruity drinks, are they really baristas?
Because the Central Washington Wildcats Saturday night knocks off the cross-state rival. Very much hated. Still don't like those guys at all. Just seeing that their font is horrible.
Yes.
They beat Western Washington.
Who is receiving votes?
They are. Yeah. Not anymore.
You know, the last time I was at your house, besides doing ding-dong ditches,
in the middle of the night, freaking me out.
but that's only out of love, and you know I'm telling the truth.
This is Justin McKee, your voice of the Ellensburg Rodeo, and you're listening to the Kittitas Valley Sports Talk Podcast. Now, here are your hosts, Eric, John, and Sammy.
Hey, Kittitas Valley Sports Talk fans. Welcome to another episode of your Kittitas Valley Sports Talk Podcast. I'm Eric Sorensen here with John Goudat. John, are we there? Are we live and well?
We are live and well. We're actually wearing matching hats too. I think you're wearing maroon as well. So we're wearing matching hats, matching colors, but we're not in the same room. And Sammy's on assignment somewhere. Yeah.
That's right. We're going to try it. Well, I don't know how our technology is working. We are live on YouTube for our YouTube watchers out there, our subscribers. Sammy, he's in the trenches. We hopefully hear from him in a little bit. But we just felt like we had to go live because we have such a big episode. There's really three main big topics we're going to talk about today. But we are beyond excited to be back in your airwaves and actually live. So if there's any people watching right now, go ahead and give us a comment and say what's up. And maybe we'll get some.
I know where Sammy is.
Where's that?
I just realized it. I know where Sammy is.
Is he at the old Ponderosa Club?
He's practicing the swing at the Ponderosa Club.
I think you're
That's
right. Yeah.
TPCEllensburg.com. Check it out because that's probably where Sammy is right now.
100%. And I think that he's probably climate control, although today's like the last nice day of fall. So it might be outside. But if we're at the Ponderosa Club, it's climate controlled. We know it's going to be okay. And you can play any course in this world. So go check them out. Proud sponsors of the podcast. Really fired up. They are a part of everything. So, John, I don't know where you want to start. We got Mariners in the thick of it. We got Central going down to Texas for the biggest games of the year. We have the Battle for Elk Heights this weekend up in Cleom on Friday night. Where should we start?
I'm going to tell you this. I think regionally, actually nationally, everybody's focused on the Mariners. Here at home, this is probably one of the biggest games in Central's recent history of taking on Permian Basin, number 6 ranked, I believe, Permian Basin. We're ranked number 11, if I saw it right. An absolute huge game for Lone Star Conference bragging rights, for early playoff seeding. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this got to be one of the biggest games of the last 5 years for Central.
Oh, I think so, because we're nationally in the standings. I think that the Wildcats haven't played a close game yet, and so this will be kind of their first tough test besides the University of Montana. That's not even a D2; they're a D1 AA or whatever you want to call it.
We got props on that game. So Permian Basin's coach McCullough just turned 30, by the way. What a successful coach at an early age. But he was just saying, hey, let's remember Central was, I can't remember what he said, but he was like, they were threatening Montana, who is now ranked number 4 in the nation and undefeated. And he just, I know a little bit is coach speak, and you want to show respect to your opponent and everything like that. But I felt like that those are true words, as in they just got done beating Angelo State in San Angelo, and he just flat out said, literally, Central's the best team we've seen. We will see all year. And I'm thinking, wow, dude, that's some props. So yeah, I gotta imagine Permian Basin is going to be completely ready for this game. Because man, I hope we are. We're recording this on a Thursday. They probably leave. They probably left today, don't you think?
I would assume they're on their way. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just an absolute.
Oh, I think we froze there. John's coming back. He'll be back in just a second, I believe. Yeah, but no, this is going to be an absolute. I think what John was saying, because we glitched there for a second. You back, John? There he is.
I'm here. I was just going to say they're an incredible school for the last 3 or 4 years, and yeah, they're still giving us major props.
That's what his comment was. The Montana coach or the UTPB coach was that we were on the going in about to score, take the lead in the third quarter. The battle of the conference, man, like looking at the overall stats of everything, just total team stats of scoring and offense and defense. You got Central that's leading the Lone Star in offense, and you got Permian Basin who's leading the Lone Star in defensive stats. But you also have Central's in second place behind UTPB in defense, and UTPB's third in the offense of Lone Star. But I think the only thing that bothers me about this whole thing is the schedule, or not the schedule, but it's just the travel, right? It's always kind of seemed the Lone Star who has to travel the furthest. But I think with this team, talent's going to travel. We have 2 of the top rushers in the Lone Star. I'd like to see how they are nationally, but I guess I could probably pull it up here in the old Google. But I'm fired up and what you were saying, it's going to be free to watch on Flow Sports.
Yeah, Flow Sports is advertising. They got a couple of free games this week, and we're one of them. They announced us as one of the free games, and they announced us as one of the games of the week. And I'm like, well, duh, we're one of the games of the week. So I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty impressive, and the country's noticing it. And this is the second huge game in a row for Permian Basin. Knocking off Angelo State, who at the time was ranked higher than them. But I think Permian Basin just came out like gangbusters. They beat the heck out of Central Oklahoma, which was a preseason number 5 or number 3. They're actually out of the top 25 now. I'm looking at their schedule. They beat up on Adams State 41-7, and Adams State is at the bottom of the RMAC. They got Kingsville by only 2 scores. They got Midwestern State by 22 points. So, I mean, those are convincing wins, but it's not like us beating Western New Mexico by 60 and us beating Eastern New Mexico. We blanked them until like the last 30 seconds of the game. So I don't know. We don't have any similar opponents, but UTPB is very, very good.
Yeah, that'll be good. If you're going, it's going to be the trip of the ages because they're playing at Ratliff. Everybody that's watched Friday Night Lights, we've talked about it many times here. The movie,
Yep.
I don't think it's the same one as the TV show, but the movie where like Mojo and those guys, they're playing there Saturday, and then also on Friday night, Permian's playing Odessa in a Friday night football game where they figure there's going to be 10,000-20,000 people there.
Yeah, we actually reached out to a couple of you and I both kind of reached out to a couple of Texas-oriented writers, and they're like, sorry, rivalry week, would love to be on the podcast, just can't do it, which just goes to show you that whether it's Friday or Saturday, there's just so much football in Texas.
Right.
I mean, there's more to life than just sports. I'm saying that on a sports podcast, but there's not much bigger than rivalry football on Friday night in anywhere in Texas. So, but what do you rushing, we're putting together 277 yards a game on the ground. Permian Basin holds 140, holds opponents to 143. Something's got to give there. Permian Basin averages 110 yards on the ground. We hold people to 105. I think we have the advantage there. I don't think Permian Basin, pounds the ball very much on the ground, or if they do, they haven't had considerable success. But they throw it in the air 315 yards a game. That's pretty significant. And so we'll see. There's so many people on the field during the game, but I mean, pick your poison on Kennedy McGill. Do you beat him? Do you try to stop his armed. You try to stop his ability to just find a seam. I love watching that dude play. Oh my goodness, he is so good, so good. And our defense is outstanding as well. We just have we seem to have a very complete team this year.
That's right. That dual threat dude, plus another running back in the backfield for the Wildcats. I mean,
we're
it's pretty
awesome
to watch. Yeah,
we're just awesome. I don't know what else to say. Justice Taylor is number 2 in the league in rushing with 70 yards a game, and number 1 is Kennedy McGill with 75 yards a game. So we're 1-2, and we're 1-2-10. Bo Phillips, 47 yards a game, 3 touches. So we're really fun to watch. That's just the way it is. Yeah.
I'll be curious to see our Wildcat secondary matching up with the Permian Basin.
Oh, definitely. I look at like passes defended. Obviously, this is a little bit different. We've been so blessed with Tanner Volk the last 2 nationally oriented years, but we got some great guys that are breaking up passes. King Williams, is it Mika Robertson and Chase Colson? All 3 of those guys are in the top 10 in terms of passes defended. They're really good. I mean, Robertson's got 2 picks himself. The other guys combined for 2 picks. So Treshawn Sullivan is in there as well. So I think we're just a really good all-around team. And dude, our field goal guy, whose name is escaping me right now, pardon me, David Weber. Yep. He hit from 49 and 46 out against Eastern New Mexico, and I was like, dang. And he cleared it. It wasn't like barely. So I'm like, okay, if we get on the 35-yard line or better, we're kicking it. We are kicking it. And he's got some range on him. It's really impressive.
Right. Well, I know that everybody can say that with the Wildcats, they haven't really played anybody yet, but all I'm saying is that we might not have played anybody yet, but we're putting up scores on a team that has the ability to play with anybody, right? Like if we were just barely beating these guys, but we're beating Eastern New Mexico 58-7, we're beating Western New Mexico 91-31, West Texas A&M 52-6, right? 41-14 to Colorado Mesa. So it gives me some pretty good hopes for what's happening.
We're not letting anybody in the game. It's been decisive. I saw a comment, no disrespect to the New Mexico teams, but I saw a comment saying Central started putting the reserves in when it started getting out of hand, ... That was 5 minutes into the game. And I'm like, well, you put 35 points on Western New Mexico in the first quarter. Yeah, it gets out of hand. And I was really happy to see, obviously the Western New Mexico game was down there in New Mexico. But when I went to the Eastern New Mexico game, I was really happy to see a bunch of unfamiliar numbers and faces, which means we're preserving our starters' bodies and we're giving the backups some major playing time, which will only help us in the end.
Right. Well, I can guarantee there's going to be no baseball that day. Hopefully there's baseball on Sunday. But I will be all eyes on the Permian Basin watching. I believe it's a 4:00 Pacific start, right?
That is correct. It's on Flow Sports. If you're not there, if you are there, take photos and tag the heck out of us, please, because we got to see that stadium. That's a bucket list stadium. I've been told there's really not much to the stadium, but it just drips in history and nostalgia.
Right. Yeah, I've heard the stadium's kind of ran down. It's old, but like you said, it's based on a movie. Like we've all watched it.
Yep.
God, yeah. So that'll be awesome. I wish I was able to go to that one. It'll be amazing. Speaking of the baseball part, it's not local, but everybody's watching. I've been out at soccer for the youth fields and everything, and not very often in my little bit of time of being out there have I seen people walking around in Mariners gear. It's usually your local college, your college you root for, right? Seahawks. I'm actually seeing Mariners gear around town. This is exciting. We actually have a good team. They forced game 5. I was at game 1. It was quite wild. And if Sammy ends up jumping on here, I'm not sure if he will. He was at one of them too. And man, I'm I guess we'll just start. It's pretty exciting time to watch the playoffs. I'm nervous for Game 5.
So I was so disappointed yesterday. I mean, as bad as we punched them in the mouth in Game 3, they did the exact same. Was it that 5th and 6th inning? I'm stealing my boss's words because I was in my boss's office, and he's like, "Do you want to work? Do you want to watch the game?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah." I mean, it was offensive that he even asked. And so we were watching the game. He's like, "They're not hitting the ball; they're destroying the ball." I mean, they were hitting it so hard.
Right.
I don't know what happened. You're a baseball guy. What do you do as a coach how do you stop that? What do you do?
I don't, it was just one of those things where it's just baseball. I feel like the hitting's contagious. Maybe we were a little bit, what's the right word that we should say here? I don't know. It was just one of those days where you threw anything, they hit it. And it blew my mind. Like, we had them on the rock. We're up 3-0. Their fans were leaving. There was empty seats in the stands for that thing to start. And through the first couple innings, they were booing their own team. And then, just a couple things here or there. They bring in the pinch hitter. The matchup isn't right for Seattle. And then next thing you know, it's just a hit parade and we lose. That was kind of amazing. And it was one of those where doesn't matter what pitcher you put in there, they were on that day. And I'm really eager to forget that one.
You talk about, like, it doesn't matter what pitcher you put in there. So we had one out in the bottom of the 5th, and we pulled Miller. And he wasn't lights out in the 5th inning, obviously, but we were still up, and he only had like 60 pitches or whatever it was, maybe 70. It's not like I'm questioning Dan Wilson here, but why would you pull a pitcher when the wheels hadn't fallen off yet? Or am I wrong on that?
It's all matchups. It's all how many times we've been through the lineup, the numbers. Are they going to, I think the biggest thing there is they were wanting to see Spire through that part of the lineup. And just because he had matched up well with those group of guys. Now, do you run, I don't know. He runs Miller out there again and he gets lit up. He's damned if you do, damned if you don't in that situation. I think what these guys are doing is they're taking calculated risks with the information they have, knowing who's in the bullpen, who's coming up, and that's the game they're playing. Because when he went with the Tigers, he pulled his guy early that was dealing, but his objective was that he wanted to have AJ Hinch. I don't want them to see the same guy more than twice. And so what they did is they ran a bunch of people out there, multiple different, so the guys couldn't get comfortable. They were seeing a different arm with different actions at all times. And so I think that's the game they were playing. Miller had been hurt. And I think their objective was to make sure they had him for 3 or 4 innings, solid innings. And then in all reality, the Mariners bullpen's been pretty lights out. So, knowing that and how they'd been for a while, I don't know. I'm glad I'm not making those decisions. It'd be a pretty cool job to have. But I don't know. I think you just got to take what information you have, and then hopefully you can go with your gut to make the right one in that chance. I don't know if I answered a question there or not, but basically they're just trying to create the right matchups to get themselves through that next however many outs they need.
Yeah, it does. It does answer the question, just because you know what? It doesn't matter. We got our butts kicked. Best way to get over a loss is the next game.
That's right.
And I cannot imagine what T-Mobile Park is going to be like tomorrow night, Friday night. My goodness, that place is going to be jacked up, because you know what it was like on Game 1. Sammy knows what it was like on Game 2. People that I work with and everything like that, they were there for Game 1 and Game 2, and they said it was incredibly loud and intense the entire time. Nobody left or anything like that, or to my knowledge, nobody left until the last out. So I expect that that's going to be the same in Seattle, and I'm not worried about the pitching matchup. I'm not saying, we beat, what's his name?
Skubal. Yeah.
I mean, we beat him 3 times in a row this year. Eventually he's going to beat us, but I don't know. I saw a tweet today that said, no matter what happens on Friday night, it's been a really fun season. And I agree with it, but if we don't win, we miss projections, in my opinion.
I agree. I guess to go back on what your original, it wasn't the most electric atmosphere I've been at, other than, I don't know, maybe a couple really good Apple Cups, but it was better than that, in my opinion. I mean, from the first batter that we saw, and granted, when I was there, we lost. Anytime there was 2 strikes, it was like a 3rd down, 4th down stand in a football game. Seahawks, like, it was loud, it was obnoxious and rowdy, and it was playoff baseball is fun because you're every single pitch, right? You're never that one pitch could decide the game, because you can give up a bomb and it's 1-0. Everybody else just dominates. And so that was amazing. Walking around there, it was just complete and utter chaos. The night I was there, the Sounders were playing as well after the Mariners, and you could hear their fireworks going off at one point. I believe the day Sammy was there, it was the day of the Seahawks played at 1, the Mariners at 5. And people don't, we might not have had the most historic baseball franchise, but we really do have baseball fans when the team is good.
We do.
And they showed up and they showed out in full force, because that thing was packed to the hilt. You could not get around Seattle. If you're going to go tomorrow, get there. Games at 5, gates open at 3, probably. Get there at noon. That's the only safe bet you're going to get in there.
Yeah. They said there was 200,000 people at the stadiums last weekend.
Yeah.
That's insane. Because I know what it's like when there's like 30,000 people there. Right? It's just insane.
And it's going to be nice because, those Detroit fans dressed up as the seats, because there were so many empty seats there, right? That's not going to happen tomorrow. And I think that's a big advantage for the Mariners. You're going to have 42,000 people screaming down your throat, even though it's a baseball game. And you're right, Scooble, I think it's going to be extremely hard to beat someone for the 4th time. But you know what? We just got to handle Scooble. We just got to manage Scooble until he comes out of the game. And we hope that he can do that at an early enough point, because they're going to ride him. They've used their bullpen a little bit. I think the worst case scenario is Scooble throws 8 and that Will Vest throws the 9th. That would be really bad for the Mariners. But we just got to go shot for shot with him until we get him out of the game, and maybe we score a run or 2 along the way with it. I think that'd be amazing. All the distractions, and I shouldn't say it's a distraction, but like, everybody's settled in now. We've had the week off. We're back into the routine of things. Congratulations to the Naylor family. They had their baby. We don't know if boy or girl or everything, but that's, as a person, that's a huge, I wouldn't say it's a huge thing on your mind. That's a big life event, your first child being born. So and you could see him relaxed a little bit, and he was settled in, and I pay that man whatever he wants. Give him whatever he wants to be on the team next year. And I'll be curious who I believe. I mean, I don't know, man. The Mariners, from what I read on information of everything, the Mariners sent their private plane to send him to Arizona to be with his wife on that off day. And then they flew him to Detroit on their own private plane. If that doesn't say, hey, we want you here, I don't know, other than the dollar sign of the money that they need. I'll be curious who the Mariners start. Are they going to stick with it and go Kirby, or are they going to start Castillo? They're both rested enough to do it. I think the other one's in the bullpen for sure, to see what they're doing. Oh, we got our tripod's here. Sammy!
I'm here.
Hey, Sammy!
Sorry I'm late, guys.
You're not late. It's my fault. I had the time wrong, so that's on me, big guy.
It's all right. I'm surviving.
We were just talking about our experiences of the Mariners game and how amazing atmosphere it was in T-Mobile.
Oh my gosh, nothing like it, man. It was like one of the best experiences in my life. And I had a couple kids and a marriage.
But Eric was saying that anytime the pitcher was set and we had 2 strikes, it was like a 3rd down loud in terms of how loud the fans were in T-Mobile Park on a 2-strike pitch, just the intensity and everything.
It was. I would say later in game 2, game 1, game 2, I don't know if game 1 wore off on fans, but I was expecting everyone to be standing first, second strike, but but anything that went positive, it was insane. And after Polanco's second home run, I think I almost cried a little bit. It was so much fun.
Eric, to confirm what you said, the probable pitcher is Kirby, according to that one website, ESPN.
Okay, so they're going Kirby. I like it. You know what? He was shoved. He's awesome, and so I like the Mariners in a pitching duel. We have, granted, I'm not throwing shade at the Detroit by any means. They have Skubal, which scares me. I mean, he's great. He's a Cy Young. He's going to win the Cy Young.
Yes.
And to beat anybody 4 times is pretty dang hard. But we've done it.
You know, the beauty is we had him on a high pitch count last time he was out, and got a good look at him. So I don't know. I'm excited.
I can't wait to watch. That's all I'm saying.
That's right. And we have a confirmed. It's not during school hours this time.
5:00.
Yes.
So and let's talk about that, because there was only that stadium can hold 42 last night. I think the official attendance was 37. 37 in an elimination playoff game. I think the TV schedule is just screwing over fans.
Yeah, because that was a noon. That was a noon game for us. What, 3:00 their time?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. I would agree.
Yeah. So I'm just happy that we can have a normal game time, a normal pitch, 5:00, 5:08.
Before we move on to our next subject, who are your guys' pick to click? And I'll give you mine of which batter is going to be the biggest difference maker come Friday night for the Mariners.
Which batter?
Yeah, who's going to be your pick to click for this?
I'm going Robles.
Oh, that's a good one. All right.
I'm going Robles. Watch him not even play. But that was my thought. But you know what? That was my pick for game 2 as well. So I'm just recycling it, and he didn't do anything in game 2.
I was going with JP. I've been actually happy with the bottom half of the lineup, and I think it's anchored by JP. So that was going to be my guy.
My pick is, I was going to stick with it because my pick for the series, my pick to click was Jorge Polanco. I think that guy has a series. You know, Julio and Cal are going to do their thing. My sleeper pick, because I don't know if he's going to start the game, being Skubal's a lefty, right? Is Skubal lefty?
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to be a pinch hit late in the game of Mr. Canzone going to hit either a double in the gap to drive in the winning run or hit a home run.
All I need to not see is that Mitch Garver is in the lineup. I don't want to see Mitch Garver in the lineup, but I think he will be.
He's going to. And I will say, and circling back with whatever pitching decisions they made the other day in that playoff game yesterday, the only decision I was like, why are you doing this, is when they pinch hit Canzone, because he can hit lefties.
Yeah.
Keep him in the game for as long as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one thing you mentioned, Polanco, was it game 2? He hit two home runs, but it seemed like Cal and Julio got more love for their back-to-back doubles than Polanco got for his 2 solo home runs, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
That has nothing to do with the team itself. It's not like the team was promoting themselves, but Polanco's had a good series, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
You're muted, Sammy.
He's been good with his glove too. I think that's the best part. He's been solid over there at second base. But I'm with you. I watched ESPN because when you go to the game, I'm like, I wonder what it looked like on ESPN and what it sounded like on SportsCenter. So I kind of watched, and I'm with you. Like they didn't even show his first one, showed a second one, but all the talk was Julio and Cal, which were massive hits. And in all honesty, when you're there, that's when you freaked out the most. But the home runs were everything.
I mean, Cal and Julio put the nail in the coffin.
Right.
But Polanco was the one that kept us in the game. Whatever. I'm not arguing with you, and we're arguing with the wrong people. But I just was like, Cal and Julio are incredible players, but I like our lineup. Yeah. So.
I love our lineup. The lineup that started yesterday when there's a righty throwing with Canzone, DH, and Polanco at second.
Yeah.
Take it to the bank. Yeah. I love that lineup.
Yes.
And I also want them to win, to keep going, right? But I don't want this to be over. I love watching this team. absolutely love
It's
this
so
lineup.
much fun.
I've had this love for a team since probably 95. 2001 was amazing.
Right.
I just want to watch these guys for another couple weeks.
Right. That's
Did
the scariest part.
I had such high hopes for yesterday's game because you see that yesterday was 30 years since the double, which I still remember watching on TV at a friend of mine's dorm room at UW. I'll never forget watching it, and I thought the dorm room was going to explode. I'll never forget that. Never forget that. Yeah.
Sammy, before we move on, again, we have already talked about it, but what's our key to Central going down to Odessa, Permian, Texas on Saturday to come home with the dub?
That's a tough one. I'm trying to figure out which side of our ball. I think our offense, both sides of our ball are really playing solid. And I feel like coach is just saying, I don't know if we're going to do much different or emphasize anything, but if we just continue to execute the way that we've been executing on both sides of the ball and special teams, I feel like we're walking out of there feeling very comfortable about ourselves.
I would agree with that. If we can handle Permian Basin, if I'm Angelo State and we handle Permian Basin, we beat Angelo State by 20.
We've already beat them mentally. If we
Exactly
give the business to Permian, we handle them. Angelo's going to come in terrified.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was fired up to see the acknowledgement by their coach in their press conference.
Yeah.
Like, guys, this isn't just some slappy coming in here that's ranked or undefeated. Like, this is a good team.
We said, we've the last 2-3 years, we've had teams that move very far, that have moved distance inside the playoffs, and they haven't felt like this. They have not felt anywhere near as dominant as this team has been.
Yeah, exactly.
If we go on the road and get this win, don't you think come end of November we're still in Ellensburg watching games?
You would think so. You'd think so.
Got to.
Go ahead, Sammy.
I was gonna say, if we can run the table, we'd have a dang good argument. I know John knows that our region is more stacked than it has been before, so it's a little bit harder to do. But I think we'll be in the conversation. We have to be if we're undefeated.
In terms of being, if that was the case, if we were running the table, we'd be undefeated with a couple of wins over ranked people, and then an extra win over an in-region opponent with Mesa State, or Colorado Mesa. So obviously we're huge Mesa fans for the rest of the year. But the one thing that we'll have going against us is we'll have 10 D2 games and not 11. So our algorithm will be a little bit skewed, but we would be right up there with the Hardings. We would be right up there with I don't think Central Oklahoma is an issue, and I think the MIAA is going to just continue to kind of kill each other off. So yeah, all you have to do is win, and then the algorithms will fix everything else.
Yep. Just win, baby.
That's right.
Take care of business. Speaking of football and big ones this week, we have the Battle for Elk Heights kicking off Friday night up in Cle Elum. 2 undefeated EWAC teams. There's only one loss between the two overall.
And you said this is probably going to decide champion, right?
100%. I don't know if Cle Elum's played Goldendale or LaSalle yet, but they're not the past Goldendales or LaSalle, and they'll take care. I mean, it's going to be Friday night's game is going to decide the EWAC West. It's going to be the 1 seed in my opinion, because Kittitas smacked Goldendale. They play LaSalle at home, but LaSalle's lost to some teams that Kittitas has beaten pretty easily.
Just to give you a perspective, Kittitas spanked Goldendale a couple weeks ago. Goldendale beat LaSalle last week 48-0. So when you say Cle Elum hasn't played Goldendale, no disrespect, but it's Kittitas and Cle Elum, and that's it. The rest of the league is not good at all.
So both these teams are going to be hyped for this one.
100%.
This is it. This is the division title is up for grabs, and on the other side it's Tri-Cities Prep, and pretty much nobody else. So yeah, this is a huge one. It's in a great place. It's got great concessions.
Right.
And so
Dr. Favero might be flipping some burgers in the back, I hear. Maybe. I don't know.
that's right, man. Their burgers are so good there in Cleellum every year. I don't know what it is. So, but yeah, so it's an easy one for Kittitas fans to get to. It's a huge game, a rivalry game. Should be relatively decent weather, maybe a little bit of a sprinkle, but that's about it. Yeah, it should be a great game.
I am going to speak to my players that are playing in this game, because I think the team that wins this one is going to be the team that doesn't get too wild and crazy with it. Right? They're the team that's going to just treat it like it's a normal game. It's not, but it is. And let's go to see who takes care of business, because I know in these rivalry games, if you let your head get out of control, this thing, man, it doesn't always work out for you in the end.
No penalties, drive killers, all the stuff.
You make it bigger than it is, it doesn't turn out too good for the players.
Hey, did we cover how Ellensburg football got their first win of the year?
We were waiting for our Ellensburg Insider.
Oh my God!
Literally, I got the EWAC or I got the CWAC page pulled up, but I got the numbers, but you got the feeling. Go for it.
Oh man, it was a Thursday night, which was weird. First off, to have a football game on a Thursday night, and they went down 14-0, and I was like, oh no, what's going on? But then everything seemed to click. Defense stopped giving up stuff. Silas Stuman was rotating in on the D line. Carlos Patino was rotating from running back to linebacker, and the defense shut it down. And then they were like, we got this guy named Bryce Martone on our team. Maybe we should throw him the ball a few times deep. And he had two of them great double moves, just pump fake, corner bit. And, Bryce is on his own, and Liam Ewan found him twice. And that third one, he was just the most athletic person on the field at that point. Dyson between two guys and scored a touchdown. It was a big night for him. It was a big night for the guys. Just the atmosphere. When you get a win, just even the kids that don't play are walking out with a different strut than they had coming into that place. And they're looking to go 1-0 again this week. Quincy. I'll just say this: they should put away Quincy. Quincy should be another win. Get two of them out there, and so proud for Coach Fife and the guys. They played well and they locked in. Started rough, but they finished it real strong.
I like that.
Quincy is 1-4 in the season. They're 0-4 in the CWAC. They got beat pretty decisively by Prosser last week. I'm not.
And Prosser's down. Prosser is not when you hear Prosser football, it's not the same Prosser football we've been used to.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're taking on the Fighting Royal Knights tonight here.
Ooh, Prosser is?
Prosser's playing Royal.
On a Thursday night?
I'll tell you what, Kashmir about knocked off Royal last Friday night. Okay. It was an overtime game. Royal won by 1.
It was like, they got him by 1, right?
Correct.
Yeah. And I think that was 1 versus 2 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a tough one, man. That's the only team that'll play Royal tough until playoffs, I bet.
Oh
yeah,
they're playing. I mean, maybe sounds like they're going to smack Prosser tonight, but we'll see.
If Royal is your typical Royal solid 1A football team, they should beat Prosser tonight.
They should.
Yeah. I think you're right. You're right.
I haven't seen Prosser play, but based on the numbers and the teams who I've seen play that they played, it's not your typical Prosser team.
Right. I know I'm looking ahead a couple of weeks, but Ellensburg hosts Prosser on the 24th. So let's see if we can right the ship. But yeah, I expect a pretty convincing victory against Quincy this weekend.
Yeah, me too. And I think it's going to be a good 2 weeks for the EHS Bulldogs, flying high, and they needed it. And I'll tell you, if they keep playing well and they keep improving, that game at home against Prosser could be a fun one.
Yeah, agreed.
Absolutely. Well, guys, we got so much to watch this weekend. We got Mariners Friday night. We got Battle for Elk Heights on Friday night. Eberg playing at home with Quincy on Friday night. Maybe the Mariners game be over by kickoff and everybody gets to where they need to be. Man, we got
either the game's over or the clock operating at the field is going to be real bad.
Yeah.
I'll be watching the game.
Our voice of the Bulldogs. That's a home run. I mean, touchdown. Go Mariners.
That's right.
Oh, I'm fired up. Saturday night, you got Permian Basin. We're not even going to talk about what's going to happen down in Oxford this weekend because the Cougs are getting there. Who do the Poodles got? Who do the Huskies got Saturday?
Couldn't tell you.
They got a football team, probably a big East.
I can tell you. I hope it's somebody we slap around because that Maryland game was way too scary.
Yeah, that was wild.
That was it was pretty. That was a little bit close there, buddy.
It was not even a little bit close. Like I was shocked. I can't remember what I was doing. I think my daughter had a soccer game, EHS, and I kept checking the score, and I'm like, "What's happening? What's happening?"
Yeah, UW is 10.5 point favorites over hosting Rutgers.
It's a long rivalry they got.
Oh, of course it is.
Big roots there in that one.
Yeah.
East versus West.
You think
academically?
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
You think the Cougs have no chance of even sniffing an upset?
I don't even want to know.
Who are they playing?
Ole Miss.
Number 5, Ole Miss.
I think it's 30. Was it 30 and a half? 32 and a half?
I'm taking the over. I'm taking the over.
I don't think I guarantee the tailgate's going to be amazing.
Let's do that. It is Wazoo taking on number 4 Ole Miss, and they've got 31.5 favorite.
And the real crazy part is we go to Ole Miss, play that game. Hopefully we get out of there live, come home, and go back to Virginia for the following week.
Yeah,
it's a rough trip.
It's called barnstorming. It's what they're doing this season. I'm gonna watch. I watch, and I'll be glad, and I'll be excited, and maybe something crazy will happen. But I'll be excited to turn on old Permian Basin Wildcats 4 p.m. I know my family's jacked to watch it. Ellie's over here; she's real excited to watch some football this weekend. After
4 p.m. Saturday.
Let's do it.
4 o'clock Saturday.
I should be back. I should be back from Prosser in the time to watch that. And if not, my wife will drive home and I'll watch it on I-82.
100%.
I've always appreciated your wife supporting your hobbies. Yes.
My habits.
Babe,
yes.
Babe, you got to drive. I got to watch TV. So
yeah, it's just safer because either way I'm watching it. So it's the right move to make.
I love it.
I'm going to call it right now, 27-24 Wildcats over the Falcons.
I'm going 35-17.
Ooh.
Wow.
What are we?
Yeah.
I've always been terrible at picking scores. I keep thinking 21-14. 21-14?
21-14.
Yeah, no field goals. I like it.
I think it's just going to be we're going to score and I lied. We'll go 31-14. 31-14. We're going to kick the crap. Let's go.
I feel like we just prices right and you did $1 on me.
Yeah.
that's what I feel like just happened.
If you can't watch it, go follow our socials. I'll make sure that we're tweeting the scores, posting scores of that game at least. And if we're at any of the high school football games over the weekend, we'll post a thread and get some of that stuff going. So go follow us and all that. Guys, I'm excited. Let's watch some sports this weekend.
Amen.
I'm excited for all the listeners we had on the live feed. Maybe we can do this more often. Maybe we'll plan a live show.
Sounds good to me.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
we'll plan a live one for the next one.
All of our viewers, I'm sure.
I know. We have so many. So awesome. Fans, we will catch you guys next week.
Go team.
Yay Sports.